Robertson Ryan is a brokerage firm that is majority owned by military service veterans. Originally, it was established in 1987. It is America's first service-disabled, veteran-owned broker-dealer. And the team is comprised of veterans, also citizen patriots. And with me is Brian Rathjen, the president of Robertson Ryan, and Pete Clark, senior director. Great to have you here.
So good to be here.
Yeah,
Thank you.
so just tell me a little bit of the history. So I mentioned originally started in 1987, but you took it over 2017?
Yeah, about 5 years ago,
Okay.
a group of us got together and we were looking to create a financial engine to give back to the veteran community. So we bought the firm, Robertson Ryan, from the founder who was aging out of the business. We recapitalized it and restaffed it with a combination of Wall Street veterans, military veterans, and folks like Pete and myself who are Wall Street veterans who actually served in the military as well.
Okay, and what's your mission? Do you want to describe, what's the mission of Robertson Ryan?
That's great. Thanks for asking that. Our mission is pretty simple. One, to give our clients the best experience we can, and two, to give back to veterans causes. We believe we have the competency. We have plenty of folks that have worked actually in this exchange for 10, 20 decades. Yeah. And we wanted to bring that along with our competency in equity and debt capital markets and equity trading, and give that service back to our customers. And then as a benefit of doing business with us, we can give back to veterans causes either the company supports or we have vetted out. So we've been able to give the veterans groups that we work with over $2 million in cash and benefits to actually support their causes.
Yeah, well, let's talk about that a little bit. What are those groups and what kind of things are you helping these veterans do?
Sure. So we, like Pete said, the first and foremost, we have to provide a good client experience. The fact of the matter is, we've been at war for 20 years. We've had over 3 million men and women go overseas to protect our freedoms here in the country, and our government has failed them. We owe them a debt of gratitude for what they've done for us to allow us the freedoms to live in America. And there is a funding gap. So what we do is we support causes that support the health, wellness, career transition of our military veterans and their families. We also provide funding for college scholarships for children who have lost a parent overseas.
Okay. Well, and that's all important. And I mean, you're a business, so as well. So what services do you provide? And it's open to anybody, right? It doesn't have to be a military veteran to use your services.
No, absolutely.
Okay.
So we service, our target clients are Fortune 1000 companies who are doing debt transitions. So we have a debt capital markets team, and we've got great capabilities there. So we're a co-manager in a lot of deals for a lot of Fortune 1000 companies. So any corporation out there that's listening, we would love to have the opportunity to showcase our skills and what we can do to provide you a good client experience. But you could also be involved with the give back to our veterans.
And I got a lot of partnerships. I was looking on your website, a lot of big Wall Street firms.
Sure. So let me talk a little bit about that. Citigroup. Citi has been a tremendous partner of ours. We're in what they call a mentor-protege program, where Citi is the mentor, we're the protege, and this is a relationship that's blessed by the Small Business Association. And Citi's been extremely supportive to us, providing us deal flow, sometimes balance sheet. They're a great partnership. But we've done business with a number, about 80 different Fortune 1000 companies. We also service top tier money managers. A lot of money managers out there use us for fixed income and equity trading. Our equity trading capability, I think, is one of the best. I'll put us against a lot of folks. We've got 6 folks that have been doing this for 25 years or more, and a lot of the major banks. And a lot of these folks, as they've gone towards the end of their career, they wanted to do something a little bit more meaningful than just making money.
Yeah.
And this is a great platform for that.
Yeah. So where do you think you would be, or what are your goals, say, in 5 years? Pete, do you want to chime in on that? And then
sure. One thing I also wanted to touch on what Brian was talking about, on the equity capital market side, companies that go public we definitely want to be a part of those transactions, be a co-manager on those, on the equity capital market side. I think to be on an IPO, and then we give a percentage of those dollars back to these veterans causes, and we bring in the company and say, hey, they might have a veterans resource group at that company, or like a lot of utility companies do, or growing companies that want to hire veterans, and they want to support those type of causes. So I think that's important for us to get out there.
Yeah. Well, and I know of some veteran-founded companies that might be potential IPO candidates at some point. That might be something you would be interested in as well at some point, to helping them go public.
100%. So in a nutshell, private companies looking to go public, private equity firms have been a great partner to us, equity and fixed income money managers, or Fortune 1000 companies. Those are the folks that we're trying to do our best to partner with.
Yeah. And how can somebody find out more about this? A website or?
Yeah, absolutely. We have a website, Roberts and Ryan, roberts-ryan.com is our website. And we've got, everything's on there, who we give to. We have an impact report we can send out about how we've affected veterans and their families' lives. Our tombstones are on there. It's actually pretty, and obviously if they reach out to us, we can reach back to them with all the information they would need.
Yeah. Tell me real quick about your military experience. You're in the Navy. I know you're Navy too, right?
So Pete and I were actually at the Naval Academy together.
Okay.
And I was class of 88 from the Navy, and Pete was class of 90. Okay. And then I was fortunate enough to serve. I went to more schooling in San Diego. I did 3 years on a ship in Pearl Harbor, and then I came back to New York City before I transitioned out of the Navy. But I had a great experience.
Yeah. Pete, what about
similar background, class of 90, Naval Academy. Went to San Diego, was on a guided missile cruiser, had a great tour there for 3 years. Then I went to Camp Pendleton, and I was an LCAC officer, which is an assault hovercraft. We work with the Marines. So I did that for 2 years. I was an instructor for 2 years in sunny San Diego, but did several deployments, Gulf War deployment. But, it was great. Being in the service, I wish I'd have stayed in the reserves, and I didn't do that. But just the camaraderie of being at this company, and still have that same type of camaraderie inside our company as we did out in the fleet. And giving back. And what I love about this job is that we have the opportunity to be with those type of people every day, and through the causes that we support, that we can be with these military veterans. So I feel like I'm back in it again.
Yeah.
So I think that's what's really important for us. That's what gives us up every morning. It drives us, is to help those folks that are keeping our country free, so we can have free and open markets.
Yeah.
And I think that's a deliverable for us.
That's right. Well, and I think I've been around exchanges many, many years, and I think there's something similar with the military. The exchanges, there is this kind of unique camaraderie. You really can't find it in any other workplace. So it's interesting. Thank you so much. Thank you for what you've done and what you're doing for the country.
Thank you, Jane.
Thank you.
Appreciate the opportunity. Thank you.